Hello everyone, it's Chris, aka Lady Taka, and it's time for a Rummage Sale Thrift Store Finds video. This will cover Tuesday, September 3rd through Saturday, September 7th, because I didn't go thrifting today. I actually went last night, so, which is good because I got out kind of late from work, so I couldn't have made it in time anyway today. Happy Star Trek Day. It is September 8th. Which I believe is celebrated not First Contact Day, that's way earlier in the year, but the first premiere of the original Star Trek show was September 8th of whatever, 1950 something. So, the first thing to start with is, you may remember this from a few weeks ago. I got this crystal bear with a little light green heart on it. And I figured it was an August birthday bear, and I couldn't quite read the label or make out the little thing on his tail. Well, last Tuesday, I found this beautiful opalescent elephant, white elephant, trunk up, very, very lucky, still has its flower and ribbon on it, and I turn it over, and it has a nice clear stamp that matches very well with this stamp, and it is Fenton. So I have found two Fenton things this month without really knowing it till then. It is much easier to read the Fenton mark on the obsolescent one. Can't talk, I've been talking all day, had 20 clients. So I remember I paid a quarter for that way back when, 2 weeks ago. I only paid 80 cents for this because it was like a 99 cents. I think I paid 79 cents actually. And I had a 20% off at Goodwill. So I got this. Set you down. Also with my 20%, I got this little salt and pepper shaker set, orange with an orange blossom, AR marked Japan on the bottom. And I can't find a comparable for these. Every time you look up orange salt and pepper shakers, the closest you'll get to this is like a Florida one with an orange on the label, or worse, you get a whole bunch of the color orange salt and pepper shakers. So I'm having a little trouble finding comparables for this, but so everything I'm going to sell. And we're not going to do this in any particular order. I got this off. The 20% off, it was $1.99, so I probably paid like, what, $1.60. And this is going to be for me. It is a much prettier necklace display than the piece of crap wood thing I'm using. So I'm only doing one craft show this year in December. It's just working out. I'm working every other weekend. There's a really good craft show nearby. So, but this will look much prettier on the table and be easier for people to look through than the one I have that's a bit narrower. Plus, in the meantime, as I'm listing necklaces, my pendants on Etsy, I put them on the cord on here, so I know every one of them has a cord. At least I try to, so that's a keeper and worth it for the organization factor. My cool St. Vinny's find from Wednesday was this. It is an Oster Crepier, and it came with the original book, and no one registered originally. There's actually a registration card still, and it does work. As you can see, there's a little dough on it from when I tried it out. Actually, that was my only real drip past it. Trying to learn how to dip it in. You have to have a pie pan, and you mix up your batter and you pour it about a little less than an inch thick, and then you just gotta take that, heat it up first, and then dip it in real fast and bring it out. Now the key, if you ever find one of these and try it, lightly oil. So if you put a spray on here, grab like a paper towel and spread the spray around and take off any excess, because if it's too oily, when you dip it, it'll just fall right back onto the bowl of thing you're dipping into. So I paid $4 for that. I think I'm keeping it because I actually liked how fast I could make crepes with it. So the kitchen seemed to have done pretty well this week as well. I was rummage selling yesterday, and I don't normally pick up Pyrex. This one just has a little roughness on the bottom of just like use, but it pretty much kept all its color. It's this yellow color. And then this is like more like an avocado gold kind of color. This one is wearing on the handles. There's a little wear. You can barely see it on camera, but it is a little worn away on the edges. And someone in my pickers group posted a wall of Pyrex, and the bowls I'm missing to this are the next two sizes. One's a slightly darker green and one's a richer green. So I think I'll keep them for now. I won't use them yet. But at $1 a piece, you couldn't go wrong for a Pyrex bowl. But I won't sell them till I find the whole set, if it will come to me. Worst case scenario ends up I use them, because I use Pyrex in my kitchen. I use all my pieces. So free boxes and free sales treated me well. There was one rummage sale where this lady was like, we had it yesterday, we just don't want to have to put anything in the trash. Grab whatever you want. So at first I grabbed this. And yes, it's an ashtray, but I liked the fact it was marked USA, because you can barely find anything marked USA anymore. Two of the felt pads have worn off that someone put on. There are a few chips in here. One there, one there. But it's a very pretty, like, greenish glaze on green. And I'll probably try and sell it for, like, maybe, like, I don't know, I have to do some more research on it. But not too much. I mean, I'm going to make a profit no matter what if it sells. And I have tested. It holds paintbrushes pretty well. But it had a nice shape and lines to it. And although I always get perplexed when people make things look like wood that aren't wood. So. And then slightly bigger score was this. Now, we have figured out why she had it for free. In fact, like, the label that was on it was only 10 cents the day before. But it is a tree topper. Now, I'm never going to use it as a tree topper because I like my Weeping Angel tree toppers, which reminds me, my 5 are complete. They will be listed this week on Etsy. They just are finishing that last cure phase. Problem is, he's got his cord, but not the cord it hooks to and plugs into the wall. And it's a specialized cord because it's got to be tall enough to go on your tree. So they did also make a Mickey Mouse one that year. And they're animated. So his arm moves and his head moves. And I think Dad fell in love with it when I showed him the video online. So I think if we find a plug, I won't be selling it because I think it's going to go in the Christmas village somewhere. Like, I don't know, crazy giant Bugs Bunny taking over. But it's from 1995. It's vintage. It just perplexes me how someone can lose the plug when they have the box with the registration and everything in it, and you somehow still didn't put your cord back in. Right now, I did notice there's a tree topper plug on eBay that's for the Mickey Mouse one, and you know it's from the Mickey Mouse one because they put Mr. Christmas was smart and put labels on them, like stickers that say, like, Mickey Mouse tree. And so this one said Bugs Bunny tree. So I'm assuming the Mickey Mouse one would work, but I'm not sure I want to spend the $20 yet. So we're going to keep our eye out for one of those. And then I still have other thrift store finds, but this is by far the best find of the week. It is a little tiny bracelet, and it says, I'm going to get it up there, I'm going to self-starter. I was like, oh, that's cool. Then when I got back to the car, I was like, it says Kellogg's on it. All right, I'll read it. I don't think it's going to go. Name and address registered, Kellogg's, Identification Bureau, Bell Creek, number 56758. Then there's something really tiny that I can't read. Even with my nearsightedness, I cannot focus in enough. There's like a little... And I posted this to my pickers group, and we figured out it's a promotional item. I had one guy try to sell it with some other promotional item, and that mentioned a radio show, but it was referring to the second bracelet. So we're not sure. So I have messaged Kellogg's on their Facebook because everything on their webpage, what said contact us, took you into a giant loop around the website and didn't give you an email, an address, phone number, anything to contact. So I just left a quick message going, I found with a picture of the front and back, and said, I found this today. Could you forward this to your historian and see if he can find me any information on it? You know, because I already have interest in it from someone in my group. I don't know what would even be a fair price. I don't know how rare they are. Obviously, there were 57,000 of them at least at one point, but this is something easily lost or thrown away if it's really from the 30s or 40s. So the guy who listed it said it was 30s, but anything I can find self-starter on Kellogg's is from 1941 ads. So, but still something that old, I don't know it would be a fair price, and I don't know if Kellogg's would like to buy it to put in their museum, which I'm sure they must have one. So this is pending further research. I will update when I can. Glassware. This is Rita's buy. She's been buying those Disney and McDonald's glasses, and now this is still a McDonald's glass. I think it's Pixar though, or DreamWorks for Shrek. And it's a Shrek Forever After with Donkey on it and some of the villains. So that's going to stay with us for now. And that one I think we got the 20% off on, and I got 20% off of this one. So I probably paid 79 cents for this, and I just love the image of the Longhorn. I know this is University of Texas Longhorns. It's marked USA on the bottom, so I'm thinking it's a bit more vintagey than most of their mugs would be. This isn't their current design, so I think it's old enough to sell on Etsy. And then I'm way ahead for Easter for once. This was a whole 59 cents, whatever 20% off of that is, because I got to use my 20% off of this. And this was a mug designed to have you painted at home. It's signed Dawn on the bottom. And I think Dawn did a lovely job with the Easter Bunny. Bright, colorful bow tie, cute little teeth. There's a little tiny wear on the nose, just a little tiny paint loss, and that's it. So I thought it was cute. This I paid 80 cents for. It's a Whirling Industries born patent pending Moo Cow creamer. And funny enough, someone else in my group this week found one of these too. So you take off the head, fill the cream, and then it pours out her mouth. Again, there's a ton of these already on Etsy, but it was so cute. Her hair has a little tiny damage flick on it, but for what I paid, I was like, I need to find it a better home than this. For glasses, these ones I picked up last night just to put me over enough so that next time I go, I have the option of using 20%. And I think I have a weakness for bird things now. I didn't know I was that obsessed with birds, but they're not as nice as the other bird glasses I have listed. That's a Sept 4. This is only Sept 2. And then I have a Sept 4 bird shot glasses. They're not signed in any way. The artwork isn't signed. The bottom doesn't have initials, but they're very pretty. You can see they're marked 79 cents each. So, I forgot something to see it with, and I shouldn't use that. Let's see if we block it with the green. No. But there are 3 different birds on there. I'll have to figure that out by looking at the other ones that I have, but they're the same. And they have gold detailing, so hand wash only. Little highball glasses, or lowball glasses. And then this thing, I can't believe was still there, because there's a guy who goes more often than I do to Goodwill, and he always grabs up every mineral gem and stuff like that there is. So I paid up a little for this. I paid $3, but it's probably not paying up because it is solid. It is a solid piece of onyx or granite. both of them have striations like that, so I'm blanking right now. But it is heavy. So this is staying with me. This would never be able to get shipped. It is at least a pound on its own. But it's really interesting because it's shaped, it's 16-sided. So I don't know if someone was making a play on a 16-sided die or what, but it does make for a nice surface for it to rest on and still have all these interesting cuts in it. But I know that was probably a steal. Other thing I got 20% off of were some Musketeer ears. I do have the straight black Musketeer ears. We use them for Rocky Horror every year now because somehow from the first year someone lost them, but I only paid a dime for those. This I paid up for slightly because I like them, and I thought the reflective ears would mess with Nick and lighting. But I don't know, we'll probably use the older ones because I think we're going with a 1920s theme, so it would be more fitting. But they were $2.99. I got 20% off, so what? That's 60 cents off. But they don't say anyone's name or anything, so if I end up wanting to sell them, I could, but I don't. I'd have to look into dating them because I don't know if this is like from this year, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But I would love to find the rainbow ones that came out last year. Those would be freaking awesome. And then yesterday I broke down and got this. It was 99 cents. It actually has a original $9.99 sticker still on it. It's a Russ cat figurines. So there's two cats there, a black and a white. And look how freaking adorable they are. So yes, I'm going to sell those. And then I got Tom here for $1. I usually don't pay that much for a stuffed animal this size, but St. Vinny's was really not restocked at all from their grand opening the week before, so they didn't have any sales. Ironically, the Jerry I have is the same size, so that'll be funny. So I'm keeping Tom here. It's a Cartoon Network 1996 one. And then I did break down and buy a couple of other things. I got Bumbles. Some lady in the toy section last night was very talkative, and we talked, and we're talking about her toys, and she pulled that, and she goes, "What's this?" I go, "That's a Bumbles from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer." I don't quite like how his mouth is going, but if I was going to sell him, I mean, he's still got his tag and everything. I'd have to, like, actually start using eBay. I am thinking about listing a few things on eBay. I have a few things in Mercari, but they haven't sold. They've been listed for about a month. But I was thinking of listing maybe him, the Mickey Mouse plate that's from 2016 from last week, and a few other things, and seeing how that goes, because I know because I'm technically a new seller now, even though I sold way back in the day, like 25 years ago, which is ridiculously funny to think back that I was selling as a teen on eBay. Technically, legally, that's why I was on my mom's account, because I couldn't have the account. But might try to sell him on there. And then I actually have a peanut from Jeff Dunham in my car, but he keeps falling down. And this guy looks so sad. Look at his eyes. He looks so sad and lonely. And for $1, I was like, I will save you because I just want to see what you look like on a window trying to strangle around on there. It's just a moose. So I believe that is it for the week. I didn't have a huge successful week, but again, I solved my bear mystery with this elephant. I got a really cool thing to research. That's probably pretty old. I got a crepe maker that I actually already used. So not a bad week. Thanks for watching.